Okay.
Yeah. You haven't even looked at it. I just glanced at it briefly, but I didn't,
If a
retain
game
it.
went like that,
Oh,
would you rather?
do this or that. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how compatible. But the 10 Commandments of Marriage by Ed Young. Have you ever heard of that book?
No.
It's a good book. It's a good book and it's good to read because sometimes it can help you see maybe where you're lacking in certain areas and it shows both people. But the first commandment is, thou shalt not be a selfish pig. It's called a pigitis. It's a sickness that all of us tend to have, and that's called pigitis.
Big guys. Oh, my.
It says the number one problems in marriage is selfishness, and it's also known as, the pigitis disease.
Pigitis.
The pigitis disease. So how could we not be so selfish? What would be some good ways that we wouldn't be so selfish and always think about us, ourselves?
Take the hint from the women.
Yeah.
Well, I'm serious. I know, right? Like seriously, guys, I'm not killing you here. I'm just talking to you.
Yeah.
Women
It's our
tend.
fault.
Yeah.
Don't matter what, it's our fault.
I'm gonna have some more strawberries.
Okay, but women tend to naturally put everybody else before themselves.
Well,
Like,
that,
we
yeah, that
always
comes
seem
from
to take-
motherhood and
Yeah.
all that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think guys need to start, and I'm not saying feeling like a woman or
Yeah.
being like a woman, but I think you need to start thinking a little bit more as a woman instead of always being like, we don't need cavemen anymore. We don't need them. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just don't need to beat on your chest and like swing from the trees. But I think like in general, like I tell him a lot, and this is a good example. John, I'm not one of your buddies. Like I am not one of your guy friends. But he's like, look, dude, it's only 200 pounds.
Yeah. It's only 200 pounds.
I'm not kidding you. You should see some of the things. He's like, honey, I can't get this. I need your help. I am a girl, John. You know this, right? He's like, can you hold this for a minute? I think my uterus just fell out. But yeah, sure, I'll keep holding it.
Really? A woman, if you were still wanting to have children, is really not supposed to lift heavy items because they can damage their female reproductive system.
Exactly.
So just out for you ladies out there, don't lift
That are way
anything
younger.
that are way, yeah, that are childbearing years, but you still actually could have a child.
No, I can't.
Oh, I mean, age-wise.
Age-wise, I guess, possibly, but
Yeah.
they don't recommend it. Do you realize that over 35 you're considered geriatric patient?
Isn't that sad?
Yeah.
Let me down through some things.
But what I'm saying, I mean, back to the thing about being selfish. I think that if we would just start taking and start to think more about other people than ourselves, I think it helps.
That's what they're talking about
Like-
there.
It has to be a conscious thought. Our human nature
Yeah, from little up.
tends to be
It's
me oriented.
Yeah, because you
So
want to preserve
it's-
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is a conscious thought that I'm gonna put you first, or I'm gonna put you first.
And you
It's
know,
it's not always easy to do that, especially in today's life when you're so busy and you got pressure and all this, I gotta take care of this, I got,
And then when I
serve
say,
me.
then when I say, hey Doug, could you do this? After a day of long work outside sweating, can you do this, please?
Yeah.
See, but in all honesty, though, you should be able to communicate those feelings.
Yes.
And what I mean by that is, oh, see, I'm not bashing you. Don't think that way,
Okay.
because I want just don't do that to people. But like, I sometimes will say, John, this is what I need,
Okay,
and he does the, okay. And I'm not kidding you. Like, I get the whole blank stare, and I'm like, okay.
Because I'm thinking,
yeah.
And then like 3 days go by and I'm like, I don't even know why I bother to tell you what I need if you're not going to.
Yeah,
And it could just be anything. My feet are hurt. Hey, can you rub my feet? I can't touch his feet anymore, but
Yeah.
we used to. We used to actually come home from work, sit on the edge of the couch, one foot, and we'd rub each other's feet and talk about our day.
yeah,
Sounds good.
yeah.
That kind of went way out the window once the kids started like moving. They moved, it was game on.
Yeah.
But like, for instance, just openly communicate what you want.
yeah. And that is important. That's
Yeah.
one of the 10 Commandments here
Like-
too.
I want you to talk to me more.
Mhm.
talk. I mean, it's not hard.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Some, it's not always easy. It says for guys, anyway, I don't know about you, but for me, talking is not always.
No, talking comes natural for me.
I think a lot of women, it does come natural.
Yeah.
You just seem to have that gift of gab, even with our kids, you know.
Yeah,
The kids will sit around and talk about anything with you, but for me, it's a little bit more of a struggle to have that,
that same type of.
just that open conversation.
Yeah, because we can
About
just go
anything.
from one subject to another and just keep gabbing and talking and, you know, sometimes when we're sitting together, the same thing, I'll be doing most of the talking. He's a great listener.
It's a soundboard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. But I do think that for some people, they just don't have that gift of gab. But it is important, and you could then in turn say, well, Autumn, for me, I need this, or, you know, the same thing. Yeah,
need
quiet,
quiet.
yeah, I
Yeah,
need quiet.
he'll say,
Yeah.
and I love when I'm talking to him and he'll go, honey, can you turn this up? I can't hear it. I'm like, I just turned it down. I wanted to talk to you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yep.
Well, part of the talking scenario is listening.
Yeah, that's true.
We tend to listen better. But
Yeah, you do listen better than I do.
yeah,
most
you're not a
definitely.
great listener.
I
You
just
talk, but you don't listen too well.
Really? Listen to him. That was.
I think that was an attack.
Wait, listen.
You should have said,
Listen.
I feel that you are a bad listener.
That's true.
I
But I
didn't
think
say bad
that you are a
listener.
very good talker.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Cut.
I knew this wasn't gonna end well.
No.
Oh, no. It's all good. It's all good.
It's done out of love.
It is.
There you go.
It
It's
is.
all about love.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yes. This is it. Now, we've never had any problem like this. Thou shalt cut the apron strings. Do any of you kind of have trouble cutting the mommy-daddy apron strings, like from your parents or family or anything like that?
I didn't, but my mother did.
Did she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta make sure she doesn't see that.
Yeah.
Oh, dear God, please
She
no.
just couldn't quite let go, huh?
She was the wrong girl for me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can
Yeah.
see what you're saying. So you were able to cut, but your mom wasn't able to.
I'm like, mother, just chill.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fine.
Okay, but okay, I'm gonna defend your mom.
Really?
Yes. Because seriously, if my daughter or my son would come home and say to me, oh, by the way, I'm getting married, and you're like, wait a minute, I just met her like 2 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah, you think those kids are getting married? Because Mark, Liz, I'm telling you right now, if you're watching this, over my dead body.
There you go. Sorry, kids.
Love
You're
you,
not
kiddos.
getting married.
But I'm saying, like, they didn't know me.
Right.
We only knew each other for literally 2 months and 7 days before we got married.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that is
Yeah.
a short courtship.
I can see her being a little concerned.
Yeah. Now, did she stop being concerned as time went on, or has she always kind of?
About 2 years ago, we were okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So-
before that, it was like, meow,
Well, you know,
claws out.
women have a harder time. You know,
Mhm.
I think that's just, mothers are really protective of their sons, but thankfully our oldest son, I mean, I can't ask for a better daughter-in-law. And our youngest son, I couldn't ask for him to have a better girlfriend, so I haven't had that where I've had that, oh my gosh, who is he dating, or,
Yeah.
and well, heck, they've dated though for like 7 years, the one, and
Yeah.
it's two
Yeah,
so far.
two.
So 2 months, maybe I would have said the same thing. Are you crazy? If it was just like 2 months.
She
My
didn't say
parents were-
anything to him. She would just
Tell it to you.
Oh, wouldn't
Ooh.
tell.
And I'm telling- Hold on. It was like at first
And you
it
were
was-
10 years younger too, so
Uh-huh.
he,
She would
yeah.
just like nitpick and like say snarky remarks.
Did you beat her up?
Did you? No, I didn't.
Well, in her mind.
Hold on, no. I literally would just take it.
Very good for you.
Then when we would go home,
That- yeah.
I would say something to him.
Poor John.
And John would, and he would defend his mom. And all right, he had every right.
Sure.
You know, and he would say, my mother does not talk like
Because
that.
she wouldn't. She
Not-
never did
Not in front of
me.
him.
In front of you.
I love my in-laws
That's great.
I
That's
do.
great.
My father-in-law is the best dad in the entire world. I will just put that right out there. He is the best. And because we fought.
Oh, I bet.
Like, our first 7 years of marriage was hell on earth. Like, well, not even denying.
Well, yeah.
We had a lot of problems, but
We had a
I'm
lot of
saying,
problems, yeah.
we had miscarriages, we had the affair. I mean, we had a lot in general.
Well, I
Just
tell you
look
what,
around.
there's so many people out here who will look at people and say, oh, I bet they have the perfect marriage, they have the perfect marriage.
No.
But this is good to hear that all marriages do have troubles.
Oh, absolutely.
We did.
And you can overcome those troubles if you work together, so,
It's the give and take.
yeah.
And it was both of us. It wasn't,
But it's
it
never
wasn't
one-
all her
it's-
fault, it
it's-
wasn't all my
It's
fault.
never
Sure.
one person,
It's a
it
shared-
takes two.
Right,
Yep,
and, yeah.
I always say it takes two people to make a marriage and it takes two people to break a marriage.
yeah,
And these
yeah,
We
people
tend
that
to-
say marriage is 50-50, no, it ain't. It's 100-100.
yeah, everybody's
Yeah.
gotta give 100%.
Yeah, well, there's days that you can't give 100%.
No.
So that other person needs to be able to step up and give that other 80% that you can't.
Right.
You know, if he's only, like, he can't do it, you need to step up and be that part.
Yeah,
And it's hard.
That's very good advice, that goes back to the selfish thing,
yeah,
where you just want all that,
Mm-hmm.
that service and attention, but you're not giving it to the other person. That-
Yeah.
That just doesn't work.
no,
Right,
Is our marriage perfect now?
no.
no.
I don't want a perfect marriage because I think it's kind of boring, to be honest.
It would be boring,
Yeah.
it would be boring.
I'm an adventurous kind of person, so let's be honest. If it's just sit at home every day on the couch and watch TV, you know, he's going to hear an earful about it. Like, can we go do something? Because
Yeah.
I'm tired of looking at the same four walls.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually he's like, okay, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
Road trip.
Road trip.
That's usually what it is, road
Road
trip.
trip. Get out
Can I
now.
take my dog?
Mhm.
Because I love my dog.
But,
What kind of dog do you have?
He's a beagle.
A beagle? How old?
3.
3?
Bark a lot?
Not really, no.
Really?
Depends, is the chicken that's in the yard?
Yeah.
If the chicken's
There's
in
a lot of
there,
barking
yeah.
going on. What's his name?
Snickers.
Snickers. I love Snickers.
We got him at Easter.
Oh.
My dad gave him to me as a present.
Mm-hmm.
And it was around Easter, and he's so adorable. I will show you pictures. I love my dog. My dog is like my kid now.
Yeah. Well, there you go. There you
Like,
go.
he cuddles on the. I'm not kidding you. I don't know if you see the post that I put where the dog, like the guy goes to the dog and the dog's.
I don't think I saw that.
Okay,
No.
so literally, like the guy reaches over and kisses the dog, and the dog puts his head on his chest, and I'm like, I literally was like, John, this is my dog, because I'm not kidding you. I just go, come on. And he comes up and he puts his neck up here and he's
Aw.
hugging you and then he won't get off of you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
And he's a big beagle. He's pure,
Mhm.
but,
How many pounds do you think he is?
oh, he's at
easy
least.
50.
Ooh, that's a big beagle, isn't it?
He's long too, because like when he lays on me, his head's up here and his like feet are almost to my ankles.
Oh,
like, he
wow.
stretches out on
Yeah,
me.
he's just
Wow.
a giant, he's a
A giant
beagle.
beagle.
He's
Yeah,
such a love bug.
yeah.
I love my dog. He's my good companion. He listens to me and he actually listens. And do you know how you know when a dog's listening?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, he responds more sometimes than you.
I was waiting for
Are you
that.
waiting
Yeah.
for that?
But when I leave in the morning to go to work, I always, Snickers, you protect mama.
Oh.
And he, right to her.
Thanks
Yeah.
to mama.
Yeah, it's crazy though, because then I can't get up because he won't get off.
Yeah, he's laying there, he's just laying
So
there.
I keep yelling at him. I'm like, stop, tell the dog that. Don't say a word. And then he'll go upstairs to get a shower. And he'll come downstairs and I'll be laying in the exact same spot on the chair. And I'm like, can you get him off me now? And he'll be like, good boy, the dog's happy. And he jumps down. And I'm like,
Oh.
this is insane. But I love my dog. He's so sweet.
Aw. Here's number 3. Thou shalt continually communicate. That's what we were talking about. Talking and listening. Learning how your spouse is wired. Praise is also a good communication. Like I could say, Doug, you really look handsome in that black shirt.
Yeah, how funny they both wore black.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
both wore black. Well,
We
didn't
both kind of
match.
have green. I'm sorry, I
Sort
didn't know
of.
it was color coordinated. You
Yeah,
should've
no,
texted
I
me.
should have.
We called each other.
Yeah.
Hey, we're running
Big glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah.
But no, good praise, like let's just say, what are the good things that you appreciate of John, or what are the good things I appreciate of Doug? So those would be the things you
I
can bring up.
appreciate your work ethics.
Very good, yeah.
I appreciate pretty much everything about you. Your cooking, your
Yeah, I was
cleaning.
gonna say, we're
your-
gonna get to the cooking
Oh,
part.
yeah.
It's always the cooking.
So I take it you're a pretty good cook?
I love to cook.
Oh,
I
wow.
We
love to
had
bake.
one bad meal.
Never.
One.
Oh,
We had
one bad meal.
One.
Okay, but ask them what our first fight was over.
What was your first fight?
That's a bad meal, apparently.
No. I said, what do you want to eat? Like grilled cheese and tomato soup. Something quick, something easy.
Yeah.
You know. But she brings this grilled cheese out, and it's like perfect. I'm like, it's not burnt.
Yeah.
It's not
okay.
done.
It's not
He
done.
said to me,
It's
it's
not
not done. I said, I mean, it is golden brown, both sides. I'm
Yeah.
like, what do you mean it is?
Yeah, yeah.
It's not black. I said, that's considered burnt.
Yes.
That's how
He's
I like it.
Especially with tomato soup, yeah, that's
Look,
great.
back up. Well, that's how my mom made them.
Oh.
I
Oh,
know.
yeah.
Oh, no.
Literally, that's
Yeah.
what he looks at me and goes, that's not how my mom makes them. I said, I ain't your mom.
Yeah. Eat it or starve, buddy.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Eat it or go hungry. I don't give a crap. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sitting down and eating mine. I hate
Yeah.
tomato soup.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
We had a tomato soup incident too.
We did. That was when I was pregnant though, and you did something to tick me off, and
Did you throw it at him?
yes,
Yes,
I
you
went
did.
like, boom, like that, you know? How far, I think I might have been like 7 or 8 months along, do you
I
think?
don't know.
I was not happy. I mean, all he would have to do is look at me wrong, you know, and it would just set me off.
Did this to me.
Yes. How dare you.
I hate you.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I did, or probably didn't do anything.
Oh, please.
If it makes you feel
Please.
any better, I threw a grapefruit at John.
A grape,
Grapefruit,
wow,
yeah.
a grapefruit.
Our neighbor, we were fighting, and we hear this knock at the door, and this is one of those good fights, you know,
Yeah.
we're screaming back and forth, and we hear this knock. Hi, it's our neighbor, you know, now you're all pleasant. What can I do for you?
Yeah.
We just got back from Florida and we brought you some grapefruits. And I'm talking these grapefruits were like
Huge.
softballs,
Yeah.
Yeah, they were huge.
huge, and I'm like, thanks. He's like, all right, I'll see you guys later. I'm like, all right.
Okay.
So he leaves, I shut the door, John said something, I grabbed out, across the kitchen. He literally ducks out at the last second, and there was a metal grater that had a gingerbread man on it. It smashed it. Like, it broke the metal grater. I knew that thing,
Oh, my.
it broke the metal grater.
Mhm.
And John's like, you almost killed me. I said, sorry I missed.
This is love right here.
That's
folks.
right.
Right here we are.
Yeah.
Love, love. But
We had
that's
some fun in
life.
that kitchen though.
Yeah, you've had fun in your kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
There was a bat.
There was a bat, we
Oh.
played racket. What is it?
Racquetball.
Racquetball, tennis.
Tennis, like kind of tennis, yeah.
Yeah.
It was the badminton.
Badminton, that's what it was.
That-
Badminton. Yeah, badminton.
Badminton.
Oh, that was funny.
Well, our house is kind of like this. It has a window that you can, from
Yeah.
the kitchen to the living room.
Right.
Well, the cat's sitting in the window going,
Ah.
what the heck's that cat doing? Well, there's this bat flying back and forth.
It was so much fun. Okay, earlier that day though, we were playing badminton back and forth. We were sitting on the floor. There was a big red streak that went across from the birdie,
Oh, my.
across the
Yeah.
ceiling. And we're like, oh crap, how are we getting it off?
Yeah.
We
We're gonna paint again.
Yeah.
Okay, we just painted it, like literally within the same month. Like, yeah, we tell the kids no throwing balls in the house, and here we're sitting
we're
on the
playing
floor
racket,
playing
yeah, badminton.
badminton.
Yeah.
So, we see the bat. John goes out and he grabs the bat in hand. I'm in the kitchen and he whacks his bat at me. The only thing there was the flat griddle, so I whacked it back. So we had to, and John's like, I think you killed him. It's like laying at his feet. He goes to bed down and the bat goes off.
Oh,
I'm gonna be
my.
honest with you. I have never seen John move so fast. It
don't
really
like
was
bats.
funny.
I don't like that.
It was really funny, but we had a bat problem because we were taking the siding off the house and
Well,
putting
actually-
the aluminum siding. Hold on, the aluminum siding off
See,
the
when you
house.
wanna talk.
Yeah, yeah.
We never had a bat problem until the neighbor got rid of his bats.
Ah.
They came to my house, or our house,
And we were taking off like the metal sofa and fascia and putting up the plastic and the vinyl.
The vinyl siding,
there
I
we
was
go.
insulating,
Right.
Yeah.
putting the, ripping the
So
old
they
aluminum
found a
siding.
way in through that process. Yeah.
But he paid me back for like me like whacking it at him because it like hit him in his chest and like slid and he's like, ah!
Oh my
So
gosh.
funny. So as he's ripping off the siding, he screams down to me. All I see is he's shaking and I'm
Yeah,
like,
I lifted a piece of siding up.
Yeah.
Hey, babe, throw me a hammer.
Yeah.
throw my hammer. And I'm laughing because he's saying,
Ew.
She
And I'm
didn't
laughing.
see what it was.
I had no clue. Whatever. I honestly thought it was a spider, to be quite honest.
So I started beating on that siding with that bat, hammer,
Oh my.
and they fell out right at her feet.
I jumped. That was my turn
Yeah,
to
that's
jump right
her
at
time to
her.
jump, yeah.
You had a bat experience in the one house you lived at. You used to have to swat them with tennis rackets.
Yeah, they get in every once in a while.
Yeah.
Was you there that time I went to the bathroom and there was one dead in the toilet?
I don't know if I was. I remember you saying about it, but that was just disgusting too. Yeah.
You go out at night though, it was getting dark out, and I don't know, it'd be like 80 bats fly out of the attic.
Wow.
So it was an
Yeah.
old house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, them old houses, they just love them.
Oh, yeah.
And they are actually good.
Yeah.
They
Do
eat a
they
lot of
eat old
bugs.
bugs? Yeah.
Lots of bugs and
They're
mosquitoes.
just creepy.
They are
They're
creepy.
just creepy.
Rats with
As long
wings.
as they don't fly. in
Yeah,
your
really,
bed.
They don't bug me.
Yeah.
Like there's very few things that freak me out. And I've conquered my last one, which is snakes. Now I just kind of use a shovel and they go to sleep for permanently.
Yeah.
Honker is the right word.
Yes.
Yes.
And she's even getting better at that. She said, okay, you got 5 minutes. Get it out of here.
If
Yeah.
I see it in 5 minutes, it will die.
Yeah. So you're getting better. You're being more patient around the
Mhm.
snakes. You're giving them a chance.
Yeah, you have a few minutes, but you better
Yeah.
get on with your bad stuff because I
No.
will get a shovel and
Yeah.
chop you up. There's, ugh.
Here is number 4. Thou shalt make conflict thy ally. So the don'ts of conflict. Don't be ashamed of your anger, but handle it properly and discuss it. Never be abusive. Never be abusive.
Never threw a
But,
shoe.
yeah.
Grapefruit.
Grapefruits. No, but that's just
Or
saying.
soup.
Or soup, yeah. Yeah, we shouldn't have done that. But it's kind of, there is a place for anger. There is a place to tell someone, like you were saying, what upsets you maybe. But the goal would be to discuss it
Yeah.
and not abuse each other in the process.
That's why you always say I feel, because when you say I feel, he doesn't get defensive because he doesn't feel like he's being attacked.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
You know,
I
like,
feel.
so if I come at him and I'm like, or even you, like
Yeah.
you, if I'm like, you said this, you did this, you did this, the first thing you're gonna do is put up a wall and you're
Yeah.
gonna get defensive. I did not, and you're gonna fight back, which,
Yeah.
if I say, you hurt my feelings.
I feel like you should.
I feel like, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because people can't dispute your feelings. They are what they are.
They
Right.
are, I mean,
Yeah,
And then my usual response is, well, I'm sorry if you feel that way.
yeah,
How can I change to,
how can I make it better?
how can I make it better?
yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
My big thing is, and I'm gonna be honest with you, don't say I'm sorry if you don't mean it.
That's true.
Right.
Because, you know, it's a habit, like,
No,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you
First-
do-
just the
people do
first
say
thing,
that.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, yeah.
but if you don't mean it,
Don't
and you
say
can
it.
tell when somebody means it,
Yeah,
and when they're just saying it because they think, oh, once I say it, we'll be all right.
yeah.
Mhm. Which I did that a lot.
Just,
Sorry,
Just to appease, yeah.
And the peas are,
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're not. No. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, not
Sorry,
sorry.
I'm not
Sorry,
sorry.
not sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, we've really grown,
Mhm.
and it's a work in progress.
Oh, yeah, always is.
And yeah,
any relationship is.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, your thingy just blinkered.
Okay, let's see. Oh, it's probably going on to the backup. This one's still going. You see there?
I'm sorry, I just like, it blinked and I'm like, wow, squirrel.
Now people are looking up your nose.
Make sure you go to the bathroom and use the kids one.
Yeah, he's the kid.
I
You
took,
like the sign, I guess.
yeah.
I like
Well, I mean,
all of them.
the
I was
signs are
laughing,
ones. Oh, yeah.
like,
The
I was
ones-
really laughing. It
This
says
is
enjoy
for-
your poop.
Yeah.
That's what I did in there, I couldn't help it. And then it says,
Well, okay, I think I will. Thanks for the encouragement.
Enjoy your poop. And that's what I did. I pooped it up.
Because it said
that's
you,
not what I meant.
it said you could, if you wanted to.
But, no, I meant I giggled.
Yeah, she enjoyed, yes.
I enjoyed the sign so much I giggled about them enjoying their poop.
Yeah.
And then it says, sit down and enjoy the performance. No selfies in the bathroom. And then it says, one of them says, please seat yourself. And of course, I got a giggle out of all those, so.
Yeah.
But that's that.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Okay.
Moving on from poop.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, don't use deadly weapons or the heavy artillery. Don't storm out, threaten divorce, listen carefully, and have the courage to handle troubles head on.
We used to do that.
Oh, yeah.
What, threaten divorce,
Storm out.
storm out?
Mhm.
I'm one of these ones that firmly believe that if I'm gonna say something stupid, I'm gonna mean it.
Yeah,
So, when we would fight, I would go for a drive.
yeah.
When I got calm, I'd come back and we'd talk.
Well, that actually might be better. You're not storming out to get away from it. You're storming out to calm yourself down.
Until somebody takes off the distributor cap. And I'm like, haha, stupid, I know how to put it back on. And I put it back on. And, well, if you're going, I'm going with you. Fine. So if you get in the passenger side of a car, you get out the passenger side of the car. You do not follow the angry driver out her side
Yeah.
and get knocked out with the car door.
Oh, my
Yeah,
goodness.
that happened, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. got
I was
knocked
mad,
out.
and I didn't realize he was coming across the seat at me, so I slammed the door, and I was going back in the house because he wouldn't let me breathe.
Oh, my goodness.
Next thing you know, John's like hanging out the car door, and of course,
She's laughing.
Probably just left you there, didn't she?
yeah, I was like, oh my God, are you okay? But that's kind of how I said it too. Like, it wasn't sincere. I mean, I was full bore laughing at him.
So it was hilarious to you at the moment.
Yeah, it wasn't even when he woke up. It was hilarious.
Even when he woke up.
Well, he says, I had a headache. What happened? And I'm like, you were an idiot and you climbed out the driver's side.
Oh, my.
I'm just very blunt and I call the kettle black. If it is a black kettle, it's called black.
Mm-hmm.
It's not pink, it's not purple, and it's not shaded. It
Yeah,
is what it is.
that's right.
So there's no surprises. You just know exactly what she's feeling all the time.
I'm pretty blunt about
Yeah.
Pretty blunt?
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
am.
I
What,
think
my
women,
thing is, why beat around the bush?
yeah,
Because, and I'm not putting you down, but men are not women.
no, they are not.
You can hint all you want, and unless you smack them in the head with a 2x4 and say, this is what I want, you don't got their attention.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what we need.
yeah.
Not to
So,
smack him the two.
No, no,
That's
but
exactly what you need.
blunt,
Yeah,
blunt.
blunt, yeah.
yeah,
yeah, just tell them straight out.
yep.
I want you to talk to me more. I want more hugs. Stop looking at your phone and telling me I'm beautiful because you don't know if you're not looking at me.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you're good at the hugging thing. You're good at that kind of stuff. I'm actually not much of a huggy feely type person.
You and John will get along great.
Yeah,
He's gonna be like, hug God!
I'm a snuggler, you're not.
no, I'm not. I think that's just
Get a dog.
get a dog.
Get a dog.
Get it all?
Yeah, because then they can cuddle with you.
Doug Doug doesn't want to cuddle with the dog, huh? Oh, goodness. It says here too, don't be afraid to face marital conflict. We need to face the little conflicts so they don't grow into big ones. So if you're honest about the little stuff, which boil. Yeah,
If you're not honest about the little stuff, it's like a boil on your booty.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
It just keeps festering and festering until you can't
Yeah.
sit down and then it pops.
Then it pops.
And it's a mess.
It's
It's
a mess.
game over.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a good one. Don't use sex as a weapon. I guess you could say, well, we're not going to have sex until you do this, or
You know, I have never done that. I can proudly say I have never done that.
I don't believe I have either. No,
Somebody made me sign a paper when we got married about sex.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
And she signed it?
She did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Asked who didn't live up to it.
This one.
I'm just saying,
have any problem. I know Autumn will talk while we're here, you know? You don't wanna have a talk time with somebody who's not gonna talk,
Exactly.
you know?
That's true.
Yeah,
I think that would be very
kind of boring.
dull.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
conversation. Let's do some of the do's. Talk and listen to God. You know, that's something in our younger days, we didn't have God as the focus.
Right. Neither did we.
And it's amazing if you put God as the focus, how things can change.
Yeah, because I stopped swearing at him. Like, that is a big thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I was a shipwreck sailor. I'll be the first to admit it. I thought the F-bomb was like the verb, the noun, the pronoun, the adjective. I used it like multiple times in a sentence.
Mhm.
And the madder I got, he knew it.
Work him.
Because I get like this weird tone in my voice.
Yeah.
Some people say it's an accent. It ain't.
It ain't.
But when I get upset or very excited, you'd think I came from the South.
Okay.
She does. She gets like a southern accent when she's angry or excited.
You gotta speak in tongues.
No, that must be her tongue.
Yeah, it's a southern accent.
Southern accent.
Yeah.
It's funny though, because like when I get really excited or really mad, it's like my go-to.
Yeah.
go
and I don't know why.
Is this excited or mad?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
I think pretty much you can tell if it's
Yeah.
good or bad just by looking at my face.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Because I've got RBF down pat.
RBF.
Resting
Beef.
face.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody
Gotcha.
told me
Never
that the
heard
other
that.
day.
Yeah.
Never heard that.
Bobby told me the other day. She's like, why do you got RBF going on? And I'm like, what?
What?
She's like, resting. And I'm like, oh, I do. It's like, I don't know. I just answered the phone.
Yeah.
And she's like, what did they want? I was like, oh, they were idiots.
Yeah.
Which wasn't nice of me to say, by the way. I do not condemn calling people idiots. They just are not intelligent.
Yes, yes.
We have a few of those.
Yeah, yeah. I think.
And probably people have said that about me.
Hey, I don't care what people say about me. If they're talking about me, they leaving somebody else alone.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So I don't care. I've got bachelors. I can take
I
care
don't care either. I used to care, but I don't care anymore.
Well, the older you get, you know that you can't please everyone, so you stop trying.
Isn't that funny?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Liz, but I'm going to bust out on you. So, realistically, that was one of my daughter's things, and she said, you got weird.
You got weird.
After my Trace Diaz weekend.
Yeah.
You got weird. And this was one of her excuses for why she left. After you went to your Trace Diaz weekend, you were different. I don't know how to deal with you. And I said, oh, because I'm not trying to please people, I'm trying to please God? It's a big difference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, there is.
Because when I stopped trying to please people and stopped talking like they wanted me to be,
Mm-hmm.
man, I didn't have any, like, no friends left. And I was really cool with that because there was, like, no drama.
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't hear, like, all this, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. I don't want to hear it.
Takes a whole lot of weight off your shoulders too. And you're
Yeah,
trying to
right.
please them and them and them.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Just keeps you down.
yeah.
Hmm.
And then when you know that God is the one you're pleasing, and you know that He loves you no matter what,
Yeah.
it just makes it a whole lot easier to just feel good, to not have to worry about always trying to please someone.
Yeah.
And half the time they don't care anyway.
Just kind of nice then now.
Yeah.
Sorry, it is what it is.
Yep.
Yep.
Very good, very good. Try to understand your mate. But it says also, try to understand yourself. You can ask yourself, why am I behaving this way? So maybe when conflict strikes and maybe John says this and you might get, sometimes you might have to sit back and think, was it all John that was about, or am I feeling something that's triggering an emotion this way? Am I overreacting sometimes to maybe something that, not necessarily even John, it could be any relationship.
It's a way to protect yourself.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes we have to look at ourselves and say, why am I behaving like this?
Yeah.
I'm actually wrong.
Wow, yeah.
I'm never wrong.
Who'd have thought?
Maybe if I look at this, maybe I'm the wrong one.
Yeah.
I'm never wrong.
Yeah, I know. What's up with that? Yeah.
Seriously, are you
Yes,
Never
hello,
said
hello, yeah.
Oh, boy.
No, but that is, like, truly, though, you do have to own up to it.
Yes.
Like I do, I always say I own up to my mistakes, and if I'm wrong, it may take me a few minutes to kind of.
To get it, yeah. To get
Well, yeah,
there.
because like I'm thinking, no, I'm right, and then sometimes we do have to have a heated debate, and we
Yeah.
don't yell at each other anymore, which kind of has lost all of its fun.
Yeah.
So I gotta be honest with you, when we stopped screaming at each other, like the fight was like, man, this is so boring. I could talk
Yeah.
to the wall. I could never
Yeah.
stop. Like I did, like, but when I would like when I would fight with him and he would fight back, then it was always funnier. Because eventually I would just start laughing in the middle of a fight because, haha, I got you all worked up and now you're as mad as I was.
Yeah.
And now I'm not mad no more.
We're communicating.
Yeah, it's great, hon.
Oh, boy.
And it says, don't let the sun go down on your anger.
I disagree with that. Sometimes you have to go bed mad. Because seriously, like what if it's late?
That's true.
Okay, and
You'd have to
you
stay up like all
realize
night.
that this is going to take hours. Because you know, no fight can be 10 minutes.
No.
Not if it's a real fight.
Yeah, if it's seriously
If it's a
about
serious
yeah.
discussion.
It's not going to be done and over in 10 minutes.
That's
so
true.
I'm just going to go to bed. I'm not going to say anything stupid that I'm going to regret in the morning. And we'll talk about this when we have time. Because
And there again, that could be a way. You're not maybe necessarily fuming, but you are knowing that you are going to resume the discussion at a later time.
yeah, just I mean, there's time restraints. You have
Yeah.
to get up for work. I mean, we get up every day at 4:15.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I get up. I don't have to be up that early. I don't know why.
But she
I do
gets
it.
up with me.
Wow.
I pack his breakfast and his lunch and.
Oh my gosh, do you hear that, Doug? That's like foreign to Doug.
No. This, whenever we were dating,
Oh, yeah, well, that was different.
she was up, I would get up, I don't know how early it was, 5 o'clock. She
Yeah.
would be up,
That was dating, honey.
breakfast,
Yeah,
you would make lunch every once in a while.
Yeah.
You were always up,
sure.
she said, I do, and then she quit.
Yeah,
She hasn't been up with me since.
yeah.
Well,
No, I-
let me
I-
ask you a question since you said I do. Are we technically married if I didn't say I do?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
would
think so.
think.
Literally,
I
the,
mean, like,
when
We
we were
get
taking our vows.
our
We
mouths.
want the vow to take the
Yeah.
vows.
Yeah.
The lady said, "Do you?" And I went.
Oh, yeah, I guess so, yeah. Like
I didn't even talk. Like for the first time in my entire life, I was absolutely speechless.
Wow,
Yeah.
She signed the paper and said we were married.
well, you're
So
married.
apparently we stuck it.
Yep,
Yeah.
you got the license.
Good job.
Yeah.
Then we renewed everything. Well,
Did you say I do the second time?
Yes, I think I did.
Yeah.
She thinks she did. Now, when did you do your vows?
8 years ago.
8 years ago. Well, good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
It'll be 9 years this year. September 25th.
Okay.
Yeah, because we did it before Uncle Judy passed.
Right. Yep.
We should sometime renew ours. We should have like on our 30th, which was just. the
You know,
other
it was fun because like the first time we eloped, the second time we had a wedding wedding.
Oh,
And then
okay.
our kids stood for us.
Okay.
It was just us and the kids,
Son was
and
the
like
best man,
we did
and the daughter
everything.
was pretty cool.
Like,
Yeah.
We had, I did all the cooking and the food. My family helped.
Uh-huh.
We just popped the tent outside, had a wedding in the church, went and had fun in the field.
There you go.
Yeah.
Just
It was a blast.
It was good.
Just
Yeah.
always get a dress that you can kind of make it shorter though.
Just out of curiosity, not what made you do that.
Because we both wanted a wedding and we regretted rushing it.
Mm.
But at the same time, our families were getting older. So, like, for him, he has an older brother that's, can I say this? Is not really part of the family.
Yeah.
Sorry. But, and then his sister eloped. So his mom and dad never had a child that they seen get married.
Oh, okay.
For me, I'm pretty much the only girl that my dad claims. And I have a stepmom and a mom and a stepdad. But, so we just kind of figured, family-wise,
It would be nice to do it.
it would be okay to do.
Yeah.
We had a blast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds kind
Had
of
a
neat.
And
DJ.
it was, you know,
Yeah.
after we got back together
Uh-huh.
and we were working things through.
Cleaner slate.
Very
Cleaner
good. Start
slate.
fresh.
So there was a reason it connected you guys back together too. I mean, it was more than just family.
We wanted to be married in a church.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And this is before, believe it or not, before I went to my Tracy this weekend.
Yeah. Well,
We
yeah,
wanted to be
years ago.
married in a church in
Mhm.
front of God, not in some lady's living room
Living
while
room.
she's still in her bathrobe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I can
That's what it was.
Really?
Yeah.
Winchester,
Yeah.
Virginia, yeah. We went to Winchester, Virginia. We got hit.
She was still in her pajamas in a bathrobe.
Oh,
That's
for goodness
informal
sake,
right there.
yeah, that's really
Yeah.
informal.
And literally, when I went,
This is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
she
This is
signed
what
the
you
paper
get.
and said, "You're married." And
This
I'm
is
like,
what you get.
"Oh, good,
Yeah.
wonderful."
Yeah,
We had no
We got the
pictures.
deluxe package.
The deluxe.
I hate to see the cheap package.
Yeah. Oh, my.
Doug's gonna, what do you call it, not initiate a wedding.
Officiate
a wedding, yeah, I'm okay.
Initiate.
Initiate, that's
You're
like
gonna
that's like
initiate your wedding? That's so nice.
I'm gonna introduce two people.
Yeah,
Initiate a wedding.
No, yep, he's,
I have a wedding tomorrow.
he's gonna do a
Oh.
wedding tomorrow, so.
Cool.
Some young lovers gonna start out in life. Or
That's
they,
so much
This
fun,
is
though.
their second time.
oh, but still, are they still pretty young?
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Well, I would say they're pushing 40.
So they're not like in their
Oh,
twenties?
Yeah,
I've
that's
done
not
pushed
done.
40.
He doesn't push
I
it.
know, I didn't think I was pushing 40, I thought I was 40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that I know I pushed
Yeah,
it to
yeah,
there.
you're pushing, now you're pushing 50.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not, I'm only 41.
She's got a while till she gets to 50. A while.
You're only as old as you feel.
Oh my, don't say that. I'm 100.
I know, so is this one. I'm like
Oh.
22 and he's like 195. And I'm like,
195.
I just heard all over the place and she's exercising and all this.
Yeah.
I tell them all the time, get busy,
Yeah.
do something, you'll feel better.
Mhm.
My feet, my knees, and I'm like, listen, I get up in the morning, I make your breakfast, I make your lunch, I see you off to work, I go to the gym, I walk the track, I go to work for 8.5 hours, I come home, I cook your supper, I do your laundry, move.
Yeah, move.
Yeah.
And the energy you get from moving around is just like, whoo!
Well, it's good for your, just your whole physical well-being, everything.
Mentally, I think
Mentally,
it's wonderful.
oh yeah. It's like, if they compared like, getting your heart rate elevated, and that can be a fast-paced walk, getting that, it can take care of a lot of depression issues.
Mhm.
I mean, we're not talking severe depression, we're talking mild depression that people can get. It's just like, magic pill,
Yeah.
so.
Called exercise.
I get out of bed quick, does that?
Sure, honey, that's
Yeah,
what
me
we
too.
do.
Get that heart
Okay.
rate up.
Yeah.
First thing he does in the morning is go out to the bathroom. Like,
Yeah.
not good morning, not, I just look, I gotta get to the bathroom. All right.
Oh,
It's a guy thing. That's what he tells me. It's a guy thing.
It's funny. Thou shalt avoid the quicksand of debt. It says more than half of all family breakups stem from financial issues, and I can believe that.
Yeah, I could.
It's a lot of stress.
That is
Yeah.
a lot of stress, yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
How are we gonna pay this out?
How are we gonna pay that? Or a lot of people will go into too much debt,
Mhm.
like they might go and buy a bigger house than they can afford, buy brand new cars that they can't afford. It's living within your means.
Right. We've always tried to do that,
Yeah.
but then I worked at Fleetwood, and Fleetwood closed.
Yeah, sometimes things happen that can trigger
Yeah.
that, so.
It worked.
Yeah,
We
We
worked.
made it.
Yeah, we made it.
yep.
We've had people,
We didn't starve.
No. Feed the kids,
Pay the mortgage.
Ah,
Kids
we'll
need
feed
that,
the
yeah.
kids, yep,
Yeah.
yep.
But it's been taken care of now, so.
Yep.
Yeah.
you work through it.
You work through it, yeah, and
And
that's. the
that's
thing.
one thing I don't think we ever really thought about was the money.
No.
Well, that was a situation that sounds like it came up from a loss of a job, more so than you thought, oh, wow, we can afford this humongous house and live beyond our means. It's just sometimes means just change.
No, we would be like super rich if we didn't have kids.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's amazing.
Anybody would.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And we love you dearly, and we
Yeah.
want you,
Yeah.
so I'd pay the fortune again, honey.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We do, we
Yeah.
love them all.
We had a blast.
Yeah.
I went
Yeah,
trading.
baseball. Oh my goodness, we used to go
Traveling
traveling
tours.
baseball team down to Baltimore and or Annapolis, or, well, I don't know, we were all over the place.
Delaware.
Delaware.
Has it
Yeah,
been
well-
an adjustment for you two not having the kids in the house? Because newly, you're,
Okay, so
Yeah.
our daughter left in January.
so that's relatively,
In February, he sent me to see my son.
Yeah. Get an airplane ticket. Go. Take a week.
yeah,
Realize
'Cause
you
I
needed
just-
it.
She
I
did
needed to
need
be
it.
with my baby.
yeah,
I just started the job that I have now, and I didn't have any vacation. And she has like, what, 8 weeks of vacation?
5 or 6.
5 or 6, whatever.
mhm,
I've been at my job for 10 years, people.
yeah, so you build it up.
Take a week and go.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. How was your visit?
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
My son, he is probably one of my favoriteest people on this planet. Okay, so I had my son prior to me and John meeting.
Uh-huh,
Yeah.
Okay.
He was 2.
And John will tell you, when we met in a bar on my
Yep.
21st birthday.
Mm-hmm.
My girlfriend, Red. And first night, we did not hit it off at all.
Not really, no.
Yeah, I called him an a-hole.
Yeah.
oh, yeah, that
Okay.
doesn't, that's not.
So wait,
Well, she
in
walked
my
in.
defense, I had every right to call him that.
Oh, yeah. She
I
did.
walked in
was
from
an
work.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
I had-
was an
so you owned
alcoholic.
up to it, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I had my scrub clothes on and I had a hoodie on. Well, I was taking my hoodie off, and somebody screams, "Take it all off." I don't know about y'all people, but I am no stripper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No amount of money is gonna make me take my clothes off for anybody. I don't like nudity.
oh, that's right, she doesn't like nudity.
So I let her stew
So,
for like an hour.
I was like, "You're an a-hole!"
Yeah,
He came over and he's like, "I'm sorry, you were with Red, I thought you could take a joke." That ain't a joke.
yeah, yeah,
Like seriously, you just called me a stripper, dude.
yeah.
So I went away on vacation and came back and we went to shoot pool after work. And I met John. Again. And that night we were actually talking and we got along great. And I said, "Oh, there's some things you need to know about me. Number 1, I have a son.
Uh-huh.
He's the most important thing in my life. If you can't handle that, walk away now.
Yeah,
2, you will always be second best. He will always be first. If you can't handle that, there's the door.
yeah.
Now 3, now that you know all this stuff, if all you want is in my pants, go ahead and hit the door."
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Like, literally, those are the 3 things that I said to,
yeah,
and he's like, "Okay." And then he started seeing me every day.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then we got married 2 months and 7 days later.
2
Yeah.
months and 7 days.
Yep.
And I pretty well quit drinking right then, too. 'Cause
Very
I was like, Well, after we got married,
Yeah,
I was like, I can't be an idiot anymore.
yeah.
I got responsibility now.
You
Wait,
just
that-
gotta
that-
change your idiocy.
Had to change, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can still be an idiot,
I-
just,
yeah.
just
Not
not
drink.
drink.
Different way.
Instead of the truck making the right at the bar coming home, no, it went straight home.
Yeah,
Well, that's good, because a lot of guys would still make that right at the bar and
No,
not.
I missed
I
Not
it.
had to
know.
turn to the left sometimes to get me slushies.
Yeah.
Yeah, to get
Oh,
the
when she was
slushies.
pregnant with our daughter, it was
7-Eleven?
red slushies. Red
Oh.
I need a red slushie. Yeah, that's when Walmart still sold it.
Yeah, I had this,
uh-huh, the
Red
craving
slushies.
for red slushies.
and I literally was getting evil with those
Yeah.
things. I told him.
Then the slushy machine was broke one day.
And he
Oh.
calls me and I'm like, "Don't you come out without one."
Oh,
Yeah, so you made it through soup. I wasn't letting you out.
Yes.
Oh,
I couldn't even
Dark
throw soup.
hormones.
I'm
Oh,
telling you, I was
Yeah.
horrible with
Yeah.
her.
yeah.
They do, they fluctuate, you get nasty. It's
Hey,
easy
as
to
long as
do.
you
She
gave me a
was good.
red slushy, and I had to have like 2 or 3 a day.
Yeah.
Probably why I got so
Wow.
fat.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
uh-oh, you answered wrong, you should have said, "Oh, honey, you weren't fat."
No, let's be honest.
yeah. We're gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're honest.
Yeah.
We're honest.
We're talking about
Okay.
honesty here.
So like
Yeah.
with my son, I gained like 20 pounds.
Okay,
I didn't even know, technically, you couldn't even tell I was pregnant. I knew I
Yeah.
was pregnant. Nobody else knew until I hit 7 months.
yeah,
I went to bed and woke up and looked like I swallowed a watermelon.
yeah,
Like, I had them and literally walked out in size 5 jeans.
yes,
I miss those days.
yes, they were fun days.
But anyway, with my daughter, it was huge. I mean, you could put like my plate and your plate and we could just sit like side by side. And
Like
just
have a family picnic.
Like a family picnic. Like, you're not even kidding.
Yeah.
And I used to tell him, I said, "Thank God my butt got as big as it did, because if not, I was afraid I was going to pop away." I mean, I was just huge.
Counterweight.
Yeah, she had counterweight.
Yeah,
Oh, my God.
it was
She
horrible.
lost it.
What planet are you on?
I think she's
Smart man. Yeah. Did your daughter?
good lie, but a lie is a lie.
Yeah.
Ooh, what opens up?
A lie is a lie.
That's true. Lie is
Even if
lie.
it's a white lie because you're afraid of hurting somebody's feelings. I would rather you tell me I look ugly and stupid in that outfit than for somebody to let me walking out look like I'm a pig stuffed in like a.
Well,
I
I
wouldn't
would.
let you do that.
yeah.
I'm not
What's
gonna
that?
call your butt big.
Yeah, you know better.
Please don't talk about my butt.
Yeah.
You can talk about her butt all you want to. We ain't talking about my butt.
Oh,
Oh,
Yep.
that's funny. So you walked
No,
into that one all
no.
on yourself.
He did.
Well,
This looks
got me all
strawberry.
shook up.
It says,
Don't hit him, John. It's okay. He was
Okay.
only joking.
yeah, don't hit him,
I'll
John.
refrain.
I can see, yeah, he's restrained.
I know. Look at him.
Thou shalt flee sexual temptation online and otherwise. One thing with all the social media now, and people will reconnect after years, and on Facebook and all other, you see like some people might connect with old classmates and all that kind of stuff. That people think, oh, well, I'm just talking to them. But you can have what they call emotional affairs with people where you're talking to people who, certain things you shouldn't be talking to people about that is not your spouse. And that you have to be careful too, because that can be just as harmful in a marriage. Even some people who don't have sexual affairs but have these emotional affairs.
mm-hmm,
So, you know,
yeah,
we've known numerous people to do that, and it's just not a good thing.
You don't have to worry about that. If they're my past, they're there for a reason.
that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. they-
yeah,
Let's be honest. I ran into my one ex-boyfriend at Walmart or John Eagle. He's like, "Aren't you gonna hug me?" I was like, "I don't know whether to hug you or to kick you."
Yeah.
And he's like, "What?" I'm like, "Well, hug you to say thanks because now I know I can do better." I said, "Or kick you in the no-nos." I said, just to kind of like put you through what you put me through.
Oh, so it wasn't a good relationship. Yeah, yeah. Yep.
But that was the time I said, "That's it. There will be no more physical abuse because I will whoop you down.
Yeah.
mhm,
I don't care how big you are. I will
Mhm.
whoop you down." And I kind of think that's where that whole ghetto girl came from.
Time for protection. Yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Was those good strawberries?
Yeah.
He's contemplating on them.
They are
So-
good. They're
They're
good
good.
strawberries.
well, you better eat them now because the strawberry season apparently was cut very short.
Oh, really?
Or
Yeah,
because of
because
the
of all
water.
the water, yeah,
That's a shame because I love strawberries.
yeah. It's gonna shorten by at least 2 weeks, they said.
Oh. 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
It's like not like a month or something, you know?
We,
I would really hate to see what you'd say if they said,
no,
it's gonna be cut like, no.
alright.
I'm a Minton.
Ah. No, I guess the strawberries got flooded or whatever.
I can't imagine, you know, we have had so much rain. It's been
Mhm.
Put it
terrible.
on an
Yeah.
eyebrow. I'm gonna pluck it when we get home.
Good.
I'll get you tweezers done if you want.
Yeah.
Well, normally you guys.
We'll do it close up.
Yeah.
This is what you get to look forward to when you're married for a while. You get to pluck each other's eyebrows.
I'll pluck my own, thank you.
Yeah. Thou shalt forgive your mate 490 times.
Don't ask me for 490.
I was gonna say, you're getting close.
Yeah.
About run out.
And it says here, not just talking about the big stuff, it can also be the small stuff too. So, and thou shalt keep the home fires burning. It says marriage takes work, speak blessing, open up and confess. This is a good one. Change yourself, not your mate. And be attentive, tender, understanding, respectful, and also be excited. Be excited to be in that marriage.
You hear that? It's called excitement.
Excitement. Yeah, look at him. He's
We don't even
excited
have
for
that
that
roller
strawberry.
coaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Thou shalt begin again and again. Some marriages have a rocky beginning. You guys said you had a rocky beginning.
Mhm.
After the dating stage where we put our best foot forward. Begin again by accepting each other. Give each other attention. Adjust to each other's needs. And total forgiveness. And appreciation and affection. So when you follow the first 9, the first 9 commandments of the 10 commandments of marriage, that you build a winning team. And the winning team is by keeping God the head of our families and by applying God's principles, then we can have a winning team. So, that was the 10 commandments of marriage.
Pretty interesting.
Pretty interesting, so.
You mentioned the one book, there's another book too that talks similar to this stuff, and that's the 5 love languages. I don't know if you've
We
ever.
took that test.
Did you?
Yeah.
Were you compatible?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay. Oh, wait. It was probably what season were you in, wasn't it? Was it winter? No, that's the 4 seasons of marriage.
I'm always in autumn because I am.
That's right, you are. You're an otter. Yeah.
Always in fall.
Always
I know, right?
Yeah.
Cool beans. We're gonna take a test.
All right, I'm ready.
All right.